Hello, welcome out to the last live show from Rooster Teeth in 2017.
The real last live show of 2017.
Achievement Hunter.
Take that.
Suck it.
Also known as the Death Battle
wait.
Cast.
Yeah.
That's what we typically go by. But we are the cast and crew of Death Battle. I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
I'm Sam. I write a couple things.
I'm Noel. I edit a couple of things.
And hey, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
And normally we would have a spot during the show to talk about the most recent episode that came out or what's coming up next. But we're kind of in between seasons now.
Yep.
Season 4 wrapped up, 2 weeks ago or whatever, with Sephiroth vs. Virgil. I don't know when these things come out. And Season 5 will be starting in February, the very first week of February, which means we have a little bit of a break through January to kind of catch up and get these episodes made for you.
Yeah, but the first preview will go up in the second week of January, third
Yes.
week? Yeah.
February 5th is technically the first episode of Season 5, but it's not the preview. The previews will be going up in January.
Yeah.
The previous 2 weeks.
So, really, technically, I guess Season 5 begins January whatever is 2 weeks before the 5th.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a reveal trailer coming up.
Yeah, sure.
Show off, who's coming up next. There may be some extra stuff too. I think we got some blooper reels kicking around that I've been wanting to post. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd toss some of those up.
And I'd love to talk a little bit about, what we plan to do with Season 5 and, what to expect and stuff through the next couple episodes of the cast. But, of course, we got to get to our community death battle. We do this every single week, come up with a matchup, throw it to you guys to come up with who would win using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. And last week, we had She-Ra, because she's coming back, apparently, on Netflix.
Netflix, yep.
Versus Xena Warrior Princess.
Princess of Power versus the Warrior Princess.
Yes.
Lucy Lawless.
This is actually a frequent death battle request we've seen before, but we've always been a little unsure about whether or not they would really match up well. I'm not exactly a Xena expert, but as far as I know, she's nowhere near She-Ra's power level.
That's my initial assumption too. And I totally watched, I remember being home, whatever, you're sick, you turn on the TV, it's always there's Hercules back to back with Xena, on marathon on some channel on the TV. So I remember watching a good.
I never watched it, though, but I know exactly. I was always like, oh, Xena and Hercules. Ugh. Where are the
Kevin
cartoons?
Sorbo and then
Like,
Lucy Lawless.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't want to mesh it. I didn't care. As a child, I think I was live action anything. Where are cartoons? That's how I felt about all of it.
I watched some of it, I just don't remember.
They always came on at WB, after all the Saturday morning cartoons were done. So it was right when you just didn't want to watch TV anymore.
Well, hey,
That was it.
I'm sure some people really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Got me through being sick, so there's that.
Well, let's see what you guys have to say about She-Ra.
She-Ra.
Is that how that goes?
Yep.
Okay.
Glennish says, She-Ra would easily beat Xena, as She-Ra has strength on par with her brother, who is He-Man, by the way, and he has lifted and thrown mountains and castles before. No chakram in the world can save you from having a mountain thrown at you. All right.
We actually, I believe we had that happen in the death battle between He-Man and Lion-O. He threw a mountain at Lion-O.
I love that shot too, because in the background it's just rumbling. He's just throwing a mountain. And then Rich Evan Wisniewski says, Xena at her best was granted the power to kill gods of multiple cultures, as long as her daughter, a reborn angel, is alive. Ares, a god on that show, gets beat up all the time, so they're not that tough. She-Ra effortlessly throws tanks. She-Ra wins.
I understand what you're saying, but I feel like your argument could have been paced a little better, because it was she kills gods. She's garbage. I don't I get it, Ares is a god who always gets beat up, so it's not impressive.
But it's not like your average guy is just walking up and beating the shit out of Ares.
Yeah.
Wait, are you critiquing the writing of a tweet? The English structure of a tweet?
No. Just the way the argument was formed.
I mean, I know they have, 120 whatever characters now, but it's
200 and something, right? 248.
Fancy English.
Yeah. I think their argument was sound. It was just it could have been,
Okay.
positioned.
shit on everything Sam.
Okay. I think they were great arguments.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Let's bring up the arguments for Xena.
All right. Ains, there we go. Ains says Xena would win this. She outsmarted Norse gods and outright killed half the Greek pantheon, including Athena, Artemis, and Poseidon, earning her the title Slayer of Gods. She also tricked Lucifer into becoming the devil. Outwit, outsmart, kick-ass, Xena wins.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
that little
I
angle.
mean, I'm on board with you, but she outsmarted the Norse gods. Those guys, let's not even give them that much credit, though. The Norse gods, like, I mean, these motherfuckers couldn't even make an abacus. Like, they were dumber than dicks. Like, all they did, like, the best they got's a boat. Like, that was the one guy saw wood float. He was like, oh, shit, we put a bunch of wood together. We could go. And that was it. Like, I don't know about the Norse.
I mean, Thor, Odin.
Yeah, but Thor, like, goes to Tony Stark because he knows he's not smart. He's like, Tony, I need a guy with brains and shit. I'm Norse. I don't know this. Like,
Norse
he's
gods.
old.
We're talking
That's
about
what
like
she said.
Poseidon and Artemis.
Well,
But it
that's-
said,
he said Norse
but he
gods.
said, like, I guess there was probably across the room so, and she took out the Norse gods.
the
or
Greek
something.
pantheon
Oh.
as well.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Xena was fucking about everywhere. She was just whooping ass all over the place. We know
the
that
Greeks are
much.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. See, I'm on the
They
side
had
of the
abacus.
Greeks. She didn't outsmart the Greeks, though. She outsmarted the Norse. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha.
They got horses, boats. That was the max of their technology. They like one was a living creature. It just grew itself. They did not do great things with technology.
All right, let's bring up that second one from Matthew Evans.
Yeah, Matthew says Xena wins. He-Man and She-Ra have similar strengths and weaknesses, one of which is magic. He-Man was once turned to gold by a magic spell, so the same could happen to She-Ra. Xena has turned an entire enemy army to stone in the TV show.
See,
But with what? That's
did she have like Medusa's
That's
hand,
exactly what makes
head
me think
like
so.
in a bag? That's a classic trick. The old
trick?
Medusa head in the bag. I've seen it in like
mean, if she
7
carries-
things.
It's not the rabbit in the back.
If
Nah.
she carries Medusa's head around, what's
Yeah.
He-Man gonna do against that?
Turn to stone. He's gonna turn to stone. That would work pretty well.
I feel like though He-Man would just break out of the stone, but that's just because like that's how Hanna-Barbera cartoons are.
Yeah,
It's just a
we
stone
need to look.
skin.
How did he get out of? It's been a really long time since we looked at this episode. Like, him getting turned to gold? That doesn't ring a bell. I wonder if that was in the newer one. I don't know. I,
Oh, yeah,
look into
there
that. I
are
want to see
three
how he
different
got out of
versions.
getting turned into gold.
I don't really remember that one.
Who knows?
We did the He-Man death battle like 5 years ago or whatever.
I'm
so I don't
going
know.
Xena.
You're going Xena?
Really? After all that?
I
After all
was
that
I shit on
Xena?
both of them. No, I shit on both of them.
That's what Sam does. No.
I guess.
I think she's just like She-Ra is a one-trick pony.
She has a flying Pegasus, by the way.
Yeah. She's a one-trick pony. Pegasus, whatever you want. But Xena's got like she's got a whole like bag of tricks, and she's like, even if it's just Norse gods, like I just think Xena's got more going on. Plus, cartoon or Lucy Lawless, which one? Like, Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, Lucy Lawless is national treasure. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a fact.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
really,
fact.
it's just my attachment to her. Lucy Lawless in Battlestar Galactica is so wonderful. Like, that's, like I got to know.
We're not bringing
She was,
Battlestar Galactica into this.
Also, she was a Battlestar, and she's great, so that too. Lucy Lawless.
Just on the sheer just absurdity and the powers of Grayskull, I'm going to say She-Ra, just out of gut instinct.
Powers of Grayskull. Stupid. Got an old skull. All skulls gray. You used to get them in some dust, a little dirt.
He-Man and She-Ra are just broken, though. They can do basically anything they set their mind to that involves magic, or like there is some element of magic to them, because I'll never forget that one scene in He-Man where he takes two chains
Yep.
that are broken in the chain, not by the link, and he just magically
Yeah, but
zaps
how's
them
he
together.
gonna do that to Xena? Like,
I'm just saying it kind of implies that there's more to his power
Yep.
than just brute strength.
That's still like my favorite thing I've ever found.
There is a magical element. I mean, he's able to take a lake. This is He-Man.
He runs around.
I know I'm talking about He-Man, but he's able to take a lake and just like run around it, and the lake just like lifts up and then moves over and drops in a new hole for a
he
new
runs
lake.
it to the other spot.
yeah.
Like wind power and running alone doesn't make that happen. So if Xena or if She-Ra has the same powers as him, then there's some magical element going on there.
Also, he grabbed the stalactite or stalagmite, I forget which one, and then jumped upside down and spun so quickly that he drilled a hole in the center of the earth
Yeah.
so that lava could come back up and repower this thing. So
Yeah.
I haven't watched She-Ra. Like, I watched a shitload of He-Man as a kid, some episodes of She-Ra. Haven't watched enough.
Are
I would like to
She-Ra's
go back.
powers identical?
They come from the same place?
Are they identical? Because I would say the
I
same
don't
thing
know.
about the Flash, but it's not true. All the Flashes are different. And it's all from the fucking Speed Force. I know this is totally off. Like, that is not. The powers
God,
of the
don't
Speed
bring
Force
the
are
Speed
not the
Force
same as
into
Grey
this.
Skull. I understand this, people. I'm just saying that you can't just say one thing's that thing, so it must be that thing. Like,
I think it's fair to assume that they're
at least very
supposed to be
similar.
identical.
But identical?
Is she that creative? Because those are some very good
Yeah,
creative
she gonna be-
solutions.
yeah.
That's like on a
Is
MacGyver
she an
level.
outside the box thinker? We need to know this shit, because she's got to be dealing
She
with Lucy
can.
Lawless, who ain't got no laws unless you ain't hurt. You know? She lawless, okay?
Oh my God. So
The whole
clearly,
thing was
physics
just
don't
to wrap
apply to
up to
Lucy
that
Lawless.
joke.
Guess so.
We're good. I'm
That's
out.
the last name.
So is the winner of this Lucy Lawless?
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Neither
I'm
is
saying
Lucy
She-Ra.
Lawless.
Because she ain't got no laws. No laws.
Not
of physics,
Xena,
no
Lucy
laws of
Lawless
magic.
specifically.
I'm saying She-Ra.
I have to side with She-Ra too, just based on
Thank
what
you.
we know. Maybe there is more to this though, like that we should look into. Maybe this does justify an actual death.
Especially, I'm really
No.
interested to see what they're gonna do with the reboot. Like,
Yes.
For a second, I was like, they reboot Xena? Lucy Lawless gonna be in it?
that would be sad. I mean,
They-
I don't know. You think you want to see Lucy Lawless running around now doing flips and stuff?
No, but she could be Xena's mom. It's been 30
There you
years. It's
go.
fine.
She can do that.
She
She's
gets
still
another,
Xena.
she has another Xena?
the mom of a new Xena.
Yeah.
Xena
What was her sidekick?
Junior, Xena 2.
the
Now
girl
she's
had the
warrior
pixie cut?
queen. She just leading from the throne. She's
There you
gang-
go.
Gabrielle. Thank you. From the background. Gabrielle was her sidekick.
No one liked her. What did she do exactly?
I mean,
Like,
she
get in the
helped out.
way.
She got in the way a lot. I remember that. But then eventually she like learned her lesson and she was a good sidekick, I think.
Anyways.
Have you ever seen She-Ra's like love interest in the show? His name is Bo.
Was he supposed to be the love interest? I never really
Dude,
got that.
Or is he just a
if you want
guy
to pull up
that's
a picture of Bo from She-Ra, man, that is an outfit choice. Let me tell you.
He's
Just,
bold.
just you wait.
Bo's
I
the
feel
guy I'm
like
thinking of. I don't know. They're
a man named Bo might have some outfit choices.
I always assumed that
Maybe.
he was supposed to be the love interest because his name was Bo.
Oh,
Yeah, but that
You know,
doesn't really,
like-
I mean,
And it's not like they're gonna outright. Again, like I haven't watched She-Ra in like a million years, but yeah, if we could pull up a picture of Bo,
I think
is
they're
it
working
spelled
on it.
B-E-A-U?
I think so. I'm just pretty,
B-O, like they got
it's Bo.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's B-A-U. God, I'm trying to remember the name of her horse.
Also,
too.
what is,
Which her horse has a scary voice.
is
Yeah.
When it
Bo-
transforms,
okay.
it's like, hello, She-Ra. Like, it's this really deep, terrifying
Horses
voice.
shouldn't talk.
It's
Oh, wait,
27.
There's
There
Bo.
he is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
this.
always- I
Look
always-
at that
You can talk
stash.
shit about Bo, but that man is ripped.
Look at the mustache. That's a moustache.
It is, but it's something about the mustache with the big heart in the center. This is just an outfit choice, man.
I'm proud of him.
I mean,
It looks like his legs too are action figure articulate ready.
They are.
They're like cut right there. It's like his groin has the lines in it and everything.
I don't know, Chad. If I had muscles like that, I'd want to show them off all the time.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
why even
how
wear
would
a
he
shirt
Be
then?
wearing a shirt because he's.
I mean, just so you can clip on the cape. Like,
yeah, mainly. Also, it's like the only thing he's wearing some like dope ass gold. He's got to be stunting on people.
Also,
you know?
why does he dye his hair or does he dye his eyebrows?
Yeah.
Nah, they just grow in like that.
He's just got black
He,
eyebrows.
he looks like he's trying to convince her to do something, but she is clearly not down for it whatsoever.
Hold me.
She's like,
This is like
she's like,
1980s Renaissance.
I have to go to
for some
sleep
reason.
early.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
whatever.
She-Ra.
Sure.
She-Ra,
You already
She-Ra.
did say
I know.
She-Ra.
She-Ra, She-Ra.
Xena. Lawless.
Lucy Lawless.
All right.
Lucy,
We have two She-Ras, one Xena, and one Lucy.
well, Lucy Lawless.
Yeah, so we win. That means we win.
Perfect.
Victory.
Whatever.
I was there to just disrupt. That was it.
All right. I think we should just jump straight into the fan art for this episode.
Let's do
Go
it.
do it. We've got two to show off. Figured we could hit those out really quick.
All right. First up from Pam, I think. Pam? Dragonlance? Sure.
I lost my glasses. I
This is
can't
how
read.
we do it. Torian as a bar singer.
Torian's not here though.
He's saying it's
pretend.
Friday
Yeah, we'll
night
make
and
sure
I
he
feel all right.
doesn't see
The
it.
party's here on the west side. So I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck, hit the shore.
Now I'm faded.
Faded.
Cause it's so good in my hood.
There you go.
See, it's good.
Takes a while.
Chad was like, "Is this a song?"
He's got the bow tie on and everything. Look at that. He's getting into it. Oh, we should. Do you think Torian would sing karaoke if we took him? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
Yeah, I
if he
think
was,
so.
I found this is gonna sound terrible. Yes, he will. No, I'm gonna make it not sound that terrible. But Torian will do anything, even things he's deathly afraid of,
If an
as long
attractive
as you
woman-
get a pretty lady.
Yep. This is true.
In my experience, generally a pretty white woman works especially well. This guy would not. We were all sitting around at Six Flags. We were like, Torian, ride. And he's like, I don't want to ride. I don't want to ride no rides. I hate heights and doing some Torian shit. So now I have a friend come along. Oh, Miss Brenda. Yeah. Not unattractive. Torian's like, hey, girl, you want to go on some rides? We're like, fuck Torian. Like, it's some bullshit. So, yeah, I bet you we just get someone to go karaoke and he will fucking karaoke.
But how do you do on the ride though?
He was great. She didn't even know he was scared of rides. Like, he was keeping it together. He was fine.
Torian is terrified of heights, by the way. If you guys don't know.
Real scared of these.
Absolutely petrified of heights. We did a team
pretty
building
fun.
thing where we were at this like obstacle course and we had to like, it was just like one story up. Like you could jump off of it and be okay, right? And like, we were hooked up with harnesses. Like I'll never forget. There's like the wooden plank that's like a little bit wobbly. And you're supposed to be going across it, and like we're all like running around. Like Sam and I are like, hey, just like running and jumping off shit.
We got
and like
feet. We're good.
watching,
We're like,
yeah, watching Torian go across it. He goes and he's like, shake it, shake it, shake it. Like the whole thing is just.
me and Shaky's the last thing you want on that. Like, he was so bad.
He was terrified, but he did it.
Yeah.
All right, and then John Peter Alstrom, She-Ra versus Xena. Please forgive the ink blotches. My pen leaked. That's okay. I don't
That's
even.
a really
oh, there
nice
they are up
drawing.
there. I actually thought it was like battle damage. See,
Damage the page.
Yeah, like, you know-
That'll, like hurt the page.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it looks great.
Dope. Yeah.
Man, John Peter Alstrom's like done so much cool stuff since we've been doing this. I saw him tweet
Yeah.
out that he's like just using it to practice his art. Man, it's been really cool to see.
I think
man.
we'll be seeing a lot more of him.
So She-Ra has the
Very
same
soon.
sword as
It's a really,
He-Man?
really
Is that a
nice
thing?
way to blend their styles a
similar,
little bit,
yeah.
too. They look both very natural.
Yeah.
Action lines, nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Flows.
It's good.
Great
Good
job,
stuff.
Shay.
She-Ra's got that
I dig
blade
it.
of Krull thing or whatever. There's a movie reference that like no one's gonna get.
Blade of Krull.
Yeah, do you remember Krull?
Kroll.
The movie with Kevin
It's like a
Sorbo?
70s or 80s sci-fi movie, and it was all about. It's like this weird barbarian thing, and he gets this blade, and it has 3 little prongs. And it's the glaive. Yeah, that's what it's called. There we go. See, the oldest person in the room just backed me up.
Didn't Kevin Sorbo though play
Shit on
Krull?
him.
I'm not. I'm saying that's no one's gonna get it. Whatever. You should watch Krull. It's a fun romp in old sci-fi.
These are wonderful
Wrong.
drawings.
Yes, they
Thank
are.
you.
Let's go to the second page.
Oh, cool.
Oh no. The puppy page.
Oh, I lost it. All right. Isaac Lampshire, Emperor Penguin Palpatine. Got a bit bored, so I didn't finish the detailing, but there you go. Long-time watcher, first time sending something in.
Dope.
Hey, straight out of Photoshop. I love it.
Wow,
That's
that looks
awesome.
great.
I not to shit on him.
God damn,
I
Sam.
do like though that you went to all the work to make it in Photoshop, but then you just took a screen cap. Like that's it. You could have just been like, save the JPEG. I think it's like Control Shift Alt S, right? And like it's just like boom on the desktop. I mean, whatever though, dog. I like it.
Yeah, optimized for web.
Now I can see the layers. I'm always curious in a photo like that, like how many layers did the Photoshopper use? So like I'm happy with it.
That's awesome. Maybe
Also-
maybe he was showing
So wait,
his
was
work.
that a criticism or was that a compliment?
I just
both.
think, no. I just think it's. That's why I said not to shit on him. I just think it's strange. I think it's like a funny thing. Like as you look at it, it's like he obviously knows how to do Photoshop and like work all the computing and stuff. You know, he does compute.
Sam, he was showing his work.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Proving
It's
that
like
he
he
made
showed his work. Yeah. I like that. Maybe that's what people should do with their shoops. Their shoops a lot more. You show your work.
The
love it.
Shoops?
Yeah, the
Looks
shoot.
great.
Show your
got
work.
them
That's
photo
what that
shoops.
stands for. Show
Yep.
your work.
And then Holly Jolly
Where's that?
Jaru,
Where's that?
Death Battle Fanatic, says, I love doggos, I love Death Battle, I love memes, just in case you were curious about the machinations of my madness.
I like this one.
I love
well,
the
it's
DK.
all of it's instead of them killing their respective person, they're petting dogs.
Donkey Kong,
DK is
RoboCop,
awesome.
and of course the biggest lover of dogs, Wolverine.
I love that it just turns into a human hand.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's wonderful.
Murphy loves dogs. It's a fact.
Yeah. And so
Thank you
does
for that.
Donkey Kong, apparently.
It would be really weird if the Kong family had a dog. Like, I don't know how I'd feel about that.
What about apes owning a dog?
Yeah.
Like, just a little too weird?
No, I just don't know. Like, I mean, if people are gonna yell at, like, you know, just general humans for being bad dog owners, like, I just don't think the Kongs are gonna be able to keep up with, like, PETA standards of dog owners.
What?
I don't think anyone can keep up with PETA
They
standards of
can't
dog
even keep a
ownership.
couple bananas in a house. Like, how are they gonna keep this dog in line?
They'll teach it to sing and dance at least once every episode.
See, I thought you were gonna like take it the direction of animals, like owning other animals as pets, even though
Yeah.
the same animals can be.
Like Rocco's Modern
Humanized.
Life?
Yeah,
Well,
or
that was
like,
pretty good for Spunky.
like in that Sonic cartoon, he has a pet dog who's just like a dog. But there are also dog people running around. so like, what's a
We-
dog?
I-
and
What
what's
about
not a
Goofy
dog?
having a dog?
Yeah, we've talked
Goofy having a
this
dog
is
is
where
a
we've
good
talked about
example.
this before.
Goofy
This
having
is
a dog
exactly where we talked about this before. Because we were like, where did that like genetic link, like it missed somewhere, you know? And then the superior dog humanoids like have now subjugated the non-evolved
Well,
dog.
and do the dog humanoids like? What happens when a normal dog and a dog humanoid interact? Like, do
Define.
they act like dogs, or like, do they see
like when
each
they
other
say
as
what's up? Do they
dogs?
sniff each other's ass? Like,
Well,
do
will
they
the
want to
dog
regress?
will the dog treat the dog person
There you
as
go.
a dog?
Look at
Like,
that.
I don't know.
That's evolution. It's not a straight line. It's like branches. That's how that works.
I mean, wouldn't it be
Yeah.
the same as us like having, you know, like apes as pets? Some
Yes.
people do that.
I guess to an extent.
Yeah, I would agree with Chad James. Also, though, in this circumstance, I would say Pluto is arguably smarter. Goofy's dumb as hell. Like, Pluto's kind of
Goofy
a
just
clever
gets
dog.
by on sheer luck.
Pluto just putting on a front.
Maybe.
But Goofy's had a lot of
Maybe-
occupations.
Maybe he
He's
chose
got a lot of
the
job
dog
history.
life.
Maybe he's just like, I hate wearing clothes, and he just strips down, and he's,
Yeah.
you know, he's into some S&M, so he's like, give me that collar
Oh, dang.
and walk
I
me.
think, well, see, now we're not going to get into that argument because, like, I know right where you're going, and I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But
Imagine though, imagine if Pluto he was actually walking like Goofy, but just decided to strip down and get on all
you
fours.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if he stood up on his hind legs, he'd be about the same height.
He
He
just
looked
doesn't
very
have
similar.
thumbs. That's what's really holding him back.
Or maybe he's just hiding them under his paws.
He folds them. What a weird last.
so why do they
stream
all
of the
wear
new year
gloves?
for the-
Was there a reason they all wear gloves?
Maybe that's how they have thumbs.
It's a robot
Oh,
thumb?
they do have.
thumb.
No, they've taken them off before.
Oh, crap.
Pretty sure in Goofy movie, Max makes a joke about it.
about
About
them
the
all wearing
gloves or something.
gloves?
Yeah, and then like, I swear they've taken them off before. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So Pluto could try to like hide as a human, like almost like what is it, Chicken Boo from Animaniacs?
He's saying
Wow.
Pluto and Goofy are together in a very strange BDSM relationship that just no one
It's
addresses.
platonic. They've agreed upon
Oh, it's
it.
completely consensual.
It's also open because Pluto spends a lot of time with Mickey.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got to do their thing.
Just think about that next time you enjoy the Disney Channel. Pluto's just a naked guy.
Unless you were enjoying the Disney Channel too much. Don't think of that.
If I've heard anyone, it's myself because my daughter's gonna watch it, and that's all I'm gonna think of.
Yeah.
Weird.
Way to ruin it for
Welcome to-
yourself.
Yeah.
Pluto.
Welcome to Death Battle.
Where dreams go to die.
We don't have shit to talk about, really.
No.
Do you think a gritty reboot of Donkey Kong would be good?
Gritty?
Like if they just mixed it with Planet of the Apes and it was like all Donkey Kong.
Like if Donkey Kong was just there in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, yeah, but he didn't want to fuck with people.
All I can picture is the theme of like ding 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 ding. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's the like.
And like maybe the other apes are like, we gotta take care of these humans, and Donkey Kong's just like, yeah, but this fucking crocodile guy keeps stealing my bananas. Like, he's got real petty shit going on.
I thought you meant gritty as in like they would actually do the poop in their hand and throw it, and that would be an attack. That was the first thing that came to my
though,
mind.
yeah, but
It's like that old Donkey Kong cartoon, but they're like actual monkeys,
Yes, that'd be great.
and they throw poop at actual crocodiles.
maybe, I mean, they've had like, you know, coconut peanut guns before. Maybe just give them some real guns. They obviously
No, they're qualified.
Yeah.
He goes to the range clearly.
We gotta stop King K. Rule, Diddy. I got it. He just
He's
pulls
got
out a
that-
Glock.
He's got the shotgun. He's got the two pistols.
He already has a fucking jetpack. Like, they're smarter than the Norse. Like,
And a biplane or
yeah,
some
yeah.
kind of plane. The funky.
Although we're
flies.
not sure, did he build that? He
think
must
so.
have, yeah.
He's like
also,
an inventor, right?
There's the one, I think it's the second game, he gets the plane upgraded, and it's just a barrel, but it has like parts of a 747 on it. Like whatever those fucking Donkey Kong family people are doing, the Kong families are doing is some wild shit.
They can do a lot with a little.
Yeah,
I want to
they
know how
can.
that jetpack runs.
It's all Funky Kong, right?
I think it is.
Funky.
Donkey Kong builds all the like weapons and
Yeah.
tech,
the
I
guy.
think.
If it was
least
just
weapons.
Funky Kong, I would think that he was so high they were just apparent and shit, but like everybody else is using it, so I don't know.
Yeah, he just thinks he's flying around. He's just, there's Funky Kong just sitting in that barrel again. He's just like,
Yeah, I understand how they got a barrel. It was dropped. You know? I'm not saying these monkeys are hoopers, but they just got mad barrels. Hooper is a term for a
I know.
person that makes barrels,
I know
just
it is.
everyone. In case
I didn't know. I just remained silent.
It's like,
to
you know,
hide my ignorance.
It's like baker, but instead of baking, they make barrels, and they're called hoopers.
Hooper.
And now
"Don't say
you
don't-"
know.
Yeah. You just need the little.
The more you know.
more you know.
I mean, what else y'all got to talk about?
Well, we do have a question from the community, actually.
What's
We
that?
haven't answered a question off of Twitter
How
in a
would
while.
you have a gritty reboot of Donkey Kong?
That could.
Dude, they did it with Rampage. You can do it with
Yeah.
anything.
Is it a gritty reboot?
I mean, it's just they turned it into a movie.
Oh, with the rock.
It's got to
Yeah,
be
with
gritty.
Oh, it's gonna do great.
I don't know if it's
it has
a
a rock.
gritty reboot.
It looked.
It's certainly a rocky one, though.
Oh, jeez.
All right, let's bring up the question. Let's bring that up.
Angel of War Zuriel. If you could be trained by anyone in the Marvel Universe, hero or villain, who would you be trained by? Ooh. Who could grant me their powers?
Yeah, that's something where, like, you'd have to think about who trains, you know, well.
Who's
Like,
got?
to actually instill powers in you.
I feel like I'm blanking on it, but I know there's
Like,
got
'cause,
to
like,
be a character that turns somebody into
Tony
like
Stark's
a mutant or
cool, but what's he
gives
gonna
someone
do?
powers.
Like, teach you math? Yeah,
Oh,
like,
trained by like Galactus. He can give me the powers cosmic, right?
Yeah, but,
Yeah, but-
he doesn't teach people. In order to
Also-
get powers cosmic, you have to basically sign yourself over to him.
yeah, you lose your free will.
So
But he's gonna train me. It's said I can choose a villain.
well, sure, if you're okay with
Also,
being the harbinger of doom for
not necessarily a
hundreds
villain.
of planets.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Galactus is now. I
Well,
think
that's his
canon
point.
He's a hero now.
That's the point of the Silver Surfer is to find uninhabited planets for him to eat, isn't
Right.
it? Yeah.
Well-
so like, I mean,
Sort of.
yeah,
That's what he intended to do, but originally it didn't really matter.
yeah.
Galactus can give powers,
Oh, Tony
but
Stark.
become a slave.
Fuck
Why,
yeah.
I just
He
use that
literally
as a
just-
bad reference.
why
Sorry.
is Tony Stark? Because he can give you
Because
an
he
Iron Man
can
suit.
make you a suit,
Yep.
sure, but then what if your suit breaks? You're still stupid.
I feel like Tony wouldn't give out an Iron Man suit to just anybody.
No.
He said he would train me. He would
might
have him
train
train
you to
me.
build
He
it.
would train
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Could you do that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if just anybody, even if you're trained by Tony Stark, could actually make an Iron Man suit.
I feel if I had access
gotta
to
be a
Jarvis, it
genius
would be a
and stuff.
big leg up.
Well, yeah, 'cause Jarvis just kind of makes them, but also, you know, it's not saying you have access to Jarvis. You're getting trained. You got
Fine, I'll get trained by Jarvis. How about that?
who trained an Iron Fist? He just instilled karate punches in that guy, and he's got a glowy hand now. That's good.
Y'all are getting serious. I just want Howard the Duck. That's it. I just wanna be in a bad '80s movie. Actually, it's really good.
Ooh, Doctor Strange.
You should give it a try.
Because you can learn that magic.
He is straight wizard.
And he learned that.
Harry.
Anybody learn
You're a
magic
wizard,
though?
Harry.
Or is it like the Force?
You can. You just have to spend on like. Well,
That's right.
you have to spend enough time and get it in tune with it and learn. You have to like. You have to be focused and dedicated enough or whatever. At least in the
Yeah.
I haven't read a Doctor Strange comic in 1,000 years. So
Sure.
my most recent recollection is the movie, and it was that like he just wanted to learn because he saw that.
I guess I always just assumed from the comics that not everybody could actually access magic. That only select people could.
I think it's only the people that go and train in it. Like it's people.
That might just be me taking Star Wars and bringing my idea of the Force and bringing it.
So he wasn't chosen. Doctor Strange wasn't like.
Nah,
he was just like hey, I'm here.
His hands got all fucked up, and he was trying to find a cure for his hands, and then
And he paid the fee.
he heard about this place, and then they were like, "No, get out of here," and he's like, "I'm gonna learn anyway," and then they finally were
Doctor
like,
Strange
"All
is
right."
pretty good. I don't know how good of a teacher he is, but somebody in that world would probably be good.
Yeah.
I feel like if powers aren't in play, the go-to guy would be somebody like Batman, though. I feel like, or Captain America, because they would be able to figure out what you're best at and really help bring that forward. I think that's.
What if they were just like, "You're worthless"?
Exactly.
You just go to another one. Whatever.
Batman seems verbally abusive. I don't think I could handle that type of rejection.
Well, you just go to Captain America. He's not going to be an
He's a
asshole.
pretty nice dude.
Batman might be.
Yeah, also, but Batman is gonna be like mad dangerous. In fact, like
Yeah.
You're on a
most
mission.
people that work under Batman have died. A large
His track
majority. In
record.
fact, right now, all of the Robins have died and they've come back to life. Like that's in the story. There's a panel where they talk about it. They're like, "Yeah, we've all died," and like the new guy's like, "What is that gonna happen to me?" Like,
Who's the new guy at the top? Jerry?
It's not supposed to be Lucius Fox's kid, but now it's something different in New
Batwing.
52.
Is that his name?
Yeah, I can't remember the New 52 origin, but
Yeah.
it's the new kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you train under?
I'm going with Howard the Duck.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just feel like we could just have a great time. Just
I'm gonna go with
telling
the
these
guy that
stories.
taught Iron Fist. I think, cause like I'll get at the end of the day, my hand can glow. That's cool.
That's it.
It's like
That's like an
nightlight.
inherited thing, though.
Like,
Isn't
was it?
I'm pretty sure it's like inherited.
He had to earn it, right?
Yeah.
Earn the title. Of Iron
You
Fist.
can't just learn how to make your fist glow with a dragon.
Well,
with
then just shit,
the
Lex
power of 1,000 suns or
Luthor. At
whatever.
least Lex Luthor can teach me how to get rich.
Lex Luthor's gonna get you killed.
No, he'll teach me how to get rich. I didn't say get trained in everything bad. Just train me in business, dog. He's obviously bad good at business.
I mean, he was ruthless. The only reason he has a business is because he set his parents up to fucking die and collect the insurance money.
I feel like everybody who ever works.
See, I'm already learning.
Look out, Jim and Marie.
They good.
Oh no.
For now.
Yeah.
Until Sam becomes a
Check your
multi-billion dollar
brakes.
tycoon.
Yeah, I know. Check
We
your
were talking
car
about that
brakes.
over the Christmas break, and I was just
Killing
like,
your parents?
no, it was just like,
On Christmas.
it was like
Typical
we're
Christmas
never gonna
conversation.
get. I was like, I don't think I'll ever have a house. And they're like, I don't know, we might die before you get too old. And that's funny. Like, and then, that's a.
If Sam's parents, Sam's mom especially, is like the hyper realist. Like, man,
Talks about death
all the time.
All the time.
Or like, you've never seen somebody who can just crush someone's dreams so quickly. Like,
She just keeps it
Give me an
real.
example? Like a.
oh yeah, well
Well,
we had like
she
a
just
friend
keeps
will
it
come
real.
over to the house or something, and he goes like, I'm so excited. This is what I'm gonna be because I'm gonna be a scientist. And
Not
like, you're
unless
too
you
dumb to
die.
be a scientist.
Yeah,
You
like-
kid blank,
They're like, I'm gonna buy a new car, and it's like, do you know what the fuck payments are? And like, like interest and shit. And she'll break it down, and they'll be like, I can't afford that. And she's like, yeah.
you can't.
Oh.
And it's like, it's really funny. Like, it's like she's right. You can't afford that, you idiot. Like,
So your mom
it's not
is
like,
like, Luke
yeah,
Batman.
it's not like she's like
You're already being trained.
she doesn't like oppress people. She's just
No.
like, you really want to think about doing this right now? And then like, and she's like, oh fuck,
You know you're dumb, right?
Yeah.
You never told you that.
Yeah.
You're dumb, right?
yeah.
That was a good question. I actually have another one that
Oh,
I found
okay.
on Twitter that pertains to the most recent episode.
Sure.
Is how do you? This is from Zach Lorenz 1 on Twitter. How do you decide a season finale? We had Goku vs. Superman as the season finale for season 1, Pokemon vs. Digimon for season 2, Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie for season 3, and most recently Sephiroth vs. Virgil for season 4. So how did we decide to make those episodes in particular the finale? And I've seen other people ask this before. And the truthful answer is only one of them was ever actually planned to be a season finale, the most recent one. The other ones just kind of fell into place. Season 1 and season 2 weren't actually planned as seasons. That's why they have so many more episodes that came out across, 6 years before we actually made season 3. And then, so Goku vs. Superman, we made that. And it was a huge project. And afterwards, we were all like, we need a break.
Yeah, that is a season.
Yeah.
Like, Ben
done.
might be dead. Like, oh, God.
So that's when we decided, because originally, when we first put Death Battle together, the first season was only supposed to be 13 episodes. Surprise.
Yeah.
And then we were going to have a second season with revision 3 at the time of 13 more episodes. So I planned out 26 episodes. We got to like episode 10 or whatever, and they started hitting millions of views, and it was decided, we'll just keep going. Whatever, who cares about seasons? We'll just make this work. And I'm like, okay, here we go.
So then some of the stuff got moved around. It's like, well, we know we want to do that. Let's do that later. And like,
Yeah.
But in terms of like how we choose a season finale now, we take a look at, there's a handful of fights that are like the biggest, like requested fights. They also generally require more work. So what we always do is when we sit down and we're planning out our year and talking about our fights, we're like, yeah, okay, what's going to be like the season finale this year? And what's a good time? What makes sense? Like sometimes they'll be like, oh, well, great. Hey, we know we have like this big, like say Marvel matchup, right? And hey, there's going to be a new Marvel movie around this time anyway. Like that would be the perfect time to do this. Let's try and do that as a season finale. And then also just like, hey, what Torian's been working on too, because we usually like to make our season finale a 3D fight and seeing, where he's at and what would be doable in terms of animation. There's lots of factors that come into play.
Actually, the first episode of season 4 was Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake. That was actually originally planned to be the season finale.
Yes, it was.
Of the last season, which was the first like official season that we sat down and we planned stuff out.
Yep.
Though that one was a little bit of a messy transition into the seasonal format because a lot of stuff was happening back then. Like that's when we joined in with Rooster Teeth. We'd been with Full Screen a few years before that. We were like working on the merge with them. Talk started to come up about moving to Austin, which happened this past year. So lots of change started getting. That was also the first year that
Expanding
Sam
out the team.
came in, and we split up the 2 teams. The 2 episodes being worked on at once. Like a lot of stuff happened last year, and so we were kind of like learning as we went. So we ended up having to swap it out with an episode that was planned for this year, which is Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie. But then this year, everything worked great. Our season finale turned out great. It came out just fine. It came out when we wanted it to. So looking good going into next year.
So how many episodes are in season 1?
Oh,
It's
God.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, that's cool.
Season 2, I think, is a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
Might be
I don't
28
remember.
or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
I think season 2 ends at 52.
Maybe.
52?
Yeah.
Because Goku vs. Superman 2 was episode 50.
Yep.
Pokemon Digimon was, I think it might have been closer to 60.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. Quite
We don't really
quite a bit.
have
Not a
like,
lot of these.
It's
keep
also
going.
like YouTube, so it's like it's not like they have like hard, like we don't have cliffhangers to worry about or anything like that. So it's not like season finales or have some huge narrative arc that needs to be finished.
Yeah.
It's just like let's make
We're
sure we
trying
have a
to
cool
do
ass
something
fight.
really
Like
It's not like a television season
Yeah.
where you spend 1 or 2 years building this previously constructed story.
Yeah.
We are literally developing the season and the writing of the season, the animation of the season, from the beginning to the end of the season's release, essentially, with a little bit of prep at the beginning of each year, like we are going into January. We've already kind of planned out a lot of what's going on in season 5.
yeah, we know the next handful of fights. and
Yeah,
stuff
we're
like that.
excited to we're really excited about this season. We've got some really epic.
I'm
matches
already
coming.
done with
Yep.
my first one.
Yep.
Yeah, we actually just
A
voiced
little
it,
ahead, today.
which
yeah.
which is exciting. So that's getting into the editing phase. Like the series releases may have stopped for a little bit, but the work keeps going. We just got to keep it going.
Yeah, I can't stress how much we need this time to try and get ahead. Because honestly, the further we get ahead, the more opportunities we have to take on like bigger and cooler projects. There's a lot of times, speaking of like choosing season finales, where like we've wanted to be like, all right, we're gonna do this as the season finale, right? And then we're like, we don't have time. Like that fight's gonna take extra time.
Yeah.
There's too much history, or The animation is just on this crazy scale, and like we need to have enough time to do that. So us being able to
Or
get
just,
ahead.
not even for season finale, for just general ideas
yeah.
for episodes.
Right.
It's like, well, we want to make this
Yeah.
episode in the next month. It's like,
We
no,
actually had
Yep.
one this season that we cut because we just were like, we couldn't do it justice, essentially.
Well, we have one in here specifically we had to push a couple times.
Yes.
Naruto versus Ichigo, we had to push a
Yeah,
couple
that got
times
pushed.
because it's like such a titanic undertaking.
Naruto versus
This is what?
Ichigo. Naruto versus you mean Megazord versus Voltron?
Both. Well, Naruto vs. Ichigo we did this season. We had originally tried to do that
That's right.
in a previous season, and we
We
pushed
talked
it
about
because we were
doing
like, "There's no one has the time to tackle this right now."
Smokey versus McGruff is another example. Actually, this is a
That one got
season-
pushed for years.
This was a season of like finishing long planned episodes.
Yeah.
Then like this was a season we really
Smokey McGruff.
hit the season
Yeah.
hard, really.
Yeah, Smokey McGruff, Megazord Voltron, technically Lord Croft Nathan Drake, because that was supposed to be the previous year, so we
Yeah.
finished that up. Naruto versus Ichigo. What else did we do this year that was like on the
We've
books
talked
for a while?
about doing Sephiroth versus Virgil for
for a long time, yeah.
It wasn't like a push.
We never put it on paper, though, yeah.
I mean, this past year I think we did a lot of episodes that we've talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and especially going into next year, like. I don't know if it's on the bottom of the page right now, but for most of our videos that we put out, we have this link in the description that goes to a Death Battle suggestion form.
Please fill that out. That's the best way.
You can suggest any matchup you want. And we've been gathering these for, I think this form's been up for like 2 years now or something like that. Before we would go through YouTube comments and the forum posts and things like that to find matches that people really wanted. But now we have a literal data bank that can tell us exactly how many times a certain matchup is requested. So going into the season, when we started planning out certain episodes that we want to do in season 5, we opened that up and we looked up what are like the top 25 matches, the top 50 matches. Let's see what people are requesting. And we did our damn best to get as many of those into the season as possible.
Yeah, and then that's it. Is we aren't going to just be like, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
But we absolutely use that as like a huge reference point for going into the next season. So please, like we get, people tweet at us all the time, Facebook messages. It's like I find Death Battle suggestions everywhere. People have emailed them to Bernie for some reason, like random shit, right? But like the best way, honestly, is to just submit your suggestion in that form because we do look at it and it really helps us gauge. And like, even if it's an unpopular matchup, that's fine. Still submit it, because like as we're going through that list, Ben and I still to this day will come across like something that even if it's like one person suggested it, every now and then, and we'll just be like, that's an awesome matchup. Like, so even if it's like obscure and you don't think a bunch of people are going to be doing it, use the forum because we still check it out.
And to kind of clarify, even though we're talking about how we're planning out a season, that doesn't mean you can't go in and suggest matches at any time. We're always looking at what people want to see in the show, and then we can always change episodes depending on what people really want.
Yep.
So we're always looking at that stuff. So we really appreciate you guys.
Keep it
sending
mildly
those
fluid.
submissions. Yeah.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we couldn't do the show if you guys didn't watch it. So, man,
Thank you.
I can't believe we're already at the end of the year.
I know.
It's been a crazy year, like you said. We finished a lot of episodes that we talked about for a long time. We moved to Austin.
And thanks to your support, we finally made a season finale that was planned to be a season finale.
Yeah!
Hey,
got one.
congratulations.
A forethought.
Yeah, and,
Surprise.
speaking of looking to the future, just a heads up. So there won't be an episode next week because we've got
Of Death Battle Cast.
Yeah, of Death Battle Cast. So we've got with New Year's coming up and everything like that. So we'll be starting the following week after that. But we might have a little bit of a change of scenery when we come back.
Ooh.
Also,
Oh yeah, you like tease the fact that
Hit him with the
we
cliffhanger.
might have
What?
a little like, wait, can't you just be like, yeah,
Fine, we're gonna have a new set. It's really,
yeah.
it's really awesome.
Like,
That delivery was so
good. Like we can, yeah, like we're gonna have an actual death battle set.
It's yeah.
Finally.
It's gonna look dope.
I'm so excited. We've been working on it for a while. The art department has been putting it together, and
Doing a
those
great
guys are
job.
insanely talented.
yeah, holy shit.
Cannot wait for you guys to check it out. And that's all thanks to you guys for watching the show. So we really appreciate it.
And I think next episode we will start revealing the next episode of Death Battle.
Yep. So make sure you tune in. So not next week, but the following week after, we'll be back. New set in a new year. And man, we gotta set a community death battle. So remember to use in the meantime, use the hashtag DeathBattleCast. Send your questions, comments, fan art, whatever you want. And then what should we have people talk about?
I was actually looking at the that list that I was talking about, the suggestion form. We can just pick out a random one. Let's just do that.
Okay.
You wanna
Cool.
just do
Pull it
that?
up.
pick out a random.
You have it
one.
up because it
My
takes
phone
sometimes it takes a while to load. There's a lot of suggestions.
would
in there.
actually work, and let's go with. Oh my God, it's going crazy.
I told you.
Okay, how about? Oh, here we go. Dragon Zord versus Mecha Godzilla,
Suggested by.
suggested by Hulker.
Hulker.
Thank you, Hulker.
Dragon Zord.
All right, that's it. That's
Godzilla.
Interesting one.
I like this.
That
way
is a
of
question
doing
that
this.
Ben I know has wanted to find the answer to for a while.
Yes, that's an episode that I want to do.
Yep. So, all right, Dragon Zord from Power Rangers versus Mecha Godzilla.
There are 3 Mecha Godzillas, so
Which one?
Pick your favorite one.
let's just do the original.
Okay.
The original Mecha Godzilla versus Dragon Zord. I mean, they're both very like cheap budget kind of robots, people wearing robot suits sort of
Right.
thing. So let's go with that.
Cool.
All right.
So use the hashtag DeathBattleCast. Let us know who you think would win. And we love it when you guys find like really specifically point to feats or reasons you think why that character would beat the other. So
Cool.
thanks for a great year, everybody.
Yeah. We'll see you next year.
Bye.